All right, guys, we're changing up the scenery. I don't got time for this driving and stuff. Hopping right into it. You know me. Today, we're going to talk about why being lean is law. All right. And whether you're here coping or whether you choose to take my words, as face value, that's up to you. Right. But what I'm here to tell you is that most men, they sit here and they think that women stop choosing them because of their personality, right? But this is not the case. See, she stopped feeling you because your body lost all authority. Think about it. You got comfortable, you got soft, you got predictable, and in her eyes, she's looking at you and she's like, this guy's replaceable. You have no value to me. And when you start to lose your masculine edge, fellas, you start to lose that leverage, that energy. See, I remember it plain and clear after my divorce, right? After, I bottomed out and I was homeless. I didn't realize how important it was to have a certain, lean physique until my ex started to come around and make comments of, oh, you've been working out, huh? Right? And I don't know if you've ever been in that situation where you lost someone and then they come back into your life in terms of, or they run back into your life. They bump into you and they're like, oh, damn, I see a difference. It may not necessarily be that direct in terms of, oh, damn, but they recognize, they understand that something is different about your energy. You're calm. You're not sitting here bragging or trying to be boastful. You're just like, you put in the reps, you put in the work, and now that leanness is starting to be broadcast towards the people that, second guessed you, that let you go, that thought that you were, a total loss. And that's when, guys, that's when you realize attraction isn't about nostalgia. It's about what her instinct detects right then and there. Because you need to understand that female emotion, that's is based on how they feel about you in that moment in time. It always has and it always will be. That's what I have learned over 10 years of marriage. Prior to that, many years of dating, all nationalities. And even in my new relationship with the German woman that I'm with, it's universal. And this is what I'm saying. Lean is law across the globe. When a woman sees that you are putting in those reps, when a woman sees that you take your physique serious, she's not going to second guess, your work ethic. She's not going to second guess whether you're a man that's capable, right? Because you are already amplifying that. And this is going into my first point. Leanness, it amplifies a man's energy. When your body is sharp, you start to have this higher level, this higher aura about yourself. And this is something that people instantly feel. I like every time I go into a restaurant dressed up nice and my physique is accentuated through the clothing that I'm wearing. Like, guys, I'm super chill. Every single time it's either, hey, are you a trainer? I've even gotten this, did you used to model? Just because I have that like lean, athletic physique. And then of course, the whole, do you play a sport? Guys, these are all the things, I kid you not, where you go from being an average guy, getting no attention, because that was me, to being an actual somebody, where guys are asking you questions out of curiosity, and females are just kind of like, you have that look, right? Because I'm gonna take a detour. Females love that masculine bad boy look. And I'm not sitting here trying to promote guys to be bad boys, right? That's not the whole goal of getting in shape and getting lean. But when you have a certain look about you, it makes females it's kind of like they like playing with fire. It's like, can I control or tame him? And that's what your physique, that's what getting lean does. It's like instantly drawing them into something that they know they shouldn't touch. It could easily burn them. But once they come in and you hold that aura, you hold that masculine frame, they see it as a challenge, and that challenge causes their emotions to heighten, which causes them to latch on even more towards who you are. And that's what I've experienced in my relationship. It's not that, as you guys know, I'm not trying to play the field. Those options are there, but that's not what I care about. I care about making money, I care about taking care of my son, and I care about making sure my health, is in this tip-top shape, especially as I'm moving through my 40s, right? And that's what I want for you guys. Now, if you want to play the field, that's on you. Every guy is different. But what I'm here to tell you is you can't even begin to play the field or do the things that I want to do, such as make money, take care of my son or my family, and also take care of my health, until you understand why being lean is law, why leanness will amplify your energy. All right. So you want to keep that in mind. Moving into the second point is discipline is that visible attraction. Think about it. When you are disciplined, it's showing that you don't cut corners. You actually got to wake up every day to get that desired physique. If you are disciplined, you're saying no to comfort each and every day. And this is something that, fat guys, they don't get. That's why they sit here looking like beanbags, because they sit here and they resort to Doritos. They resort to fucking Dunkin' Donuts and shit like that, instead of just sitting here and realizing that, yeah, you can achieve the physique, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's not a 24-hour miracle cure. You got to actually put in the reps. You got to get tired of your fucking situation and say, you know what? I deserve to have a baddie on my side. But the only way you're going to be able to do that is you got to get in shape. And a lean physique, what I've realized, guys, is it tells women you know how to handle yourself. That's how you keep a woman latched on. Because when you're out here trying to fake consistency or fake it like you got it, right? I'm here to tell you, money can't keep a woman, situated in your life. It's got to be the full package. It's got to be the complete package. But you're not going to attract money. What I've realized, right? Because I didn't attract money and the exotic car that I have, the woman that I have, until I got my mindset right. Until, I got from the mindset, transferred that into the gym, and I started building out my frame, the V-taper physique, from the delts to the arms, the chest, all of that stuff. Everything that I share with you guys, I'm not gatekeeping. I mean, I have no reason to gatekeep. If you guys want to get a fuller chest, go to my link. Get the band that I demonstrated on how to use so you can grow your chest. It's up to, see, the only difference is the action that you take, and that's why you're still stuck. That's why you're not lean. That's why you're not retaining females in your life. Because all of this could change if you just took action, but you refuse not to. And again, that's what a lean physique tells a woman, is that you take action. You know how to handle yourself. It's trust built through restraint. Are you restraining yourself from eating those damn Uber Eats meals? Or are you putting more emphasis on, you know what, I'm going to show up to the gym 3 to 5 days out of the week. I'm going to make sure I, limit my calorie intake. And I'm going to make sure I actually get my ass in bed. Because there's nothing for you guys past 10 o'clock. Get your ass in bed. Moving into the third point, comfort kills polarity. Now, I think I've talked about this before. Give me a second. I think I talked about this one time before. But when you set out to get a woman in your life, you're on your A game. Every guy's on their A game. But some of you guys fuck it up because you let your guard down. You stop doing what got you in the door, right? What got you in onto first base. And so when you finally heard that, oh, babe, it's okay. Tell me how you feel. I want to be your best friend. That's what fucked you up. And that's what kills polarity in a relationship. And see, by being lean, first and foremost, I want you to understand that when you let your body go, you blur the line between a masculine edge that, creates that tension that females yearn after. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't have some sort of tension on a regular basis, there could be positive tension. Just like you go to the gym, there's positive stress that causes your muscle to grow, and that's positive. But some of you guys think tension is bad. Some of you guys think certain drama or not being madly obsessed with your woman is bad. And take it from me, I was married for 10 years, and you can sit here and you can do anything and everything for your girl, and she can still not look at it as enough. But see, when you let your body go, guys, you are blurring the line between your masculine edge that creates that tension. And this is what lean men understand. They understand that getting into the gym, working on your physique, being lean, that radiates polarity, guys. The contrast that drives desire, right? Think about how that would feel in your life when you are able to drive the number one thing that gets you more box, right? The number one thing, and I'm being real. Every guy, if you're in a relationship, should yearn to have, better, intimacy on a regular basis. But you're not going to have better intimacy, right? If you're not creating that attraction through being lean. And that's what I learned when I was just average, skinny fat. I know I crack a lot of jokes about guys being overweight, but I actually used to live that life, right? On both sides. I mean, my fucking body was damn confused. And so when I was skinny fat, I mean, you might as well say my body was damn confused with trying to pick a struggle. But at the same time, no one, sat there and encouraged me to get into the gym so that way I can experience what the other side felt like. It wasn't until my divorce after 10 years of marriage kicked me in the ass. And again, I always talk about when that pain hits, sometimes that's your defining moment to become him. And that's what happened with me. It defined my moment to become who I always wanted to become, which is who I am today and who I'm continuing to build, right? Being the charismatic person that I am today. And that's what I want for you guys, right? I want you guys to be able to have intimacy beyond what you can even handle. But you're not going to get there if you're not creating that tension with a lean physique, all right? So you have to understand that becoming lean isn't just about being physical. It's the spiritual discipline made visible. Because when a woman looks at your physique, I know a lot of guys get stuck on just the physical realm. But from a feminine perspective, they see that as very masculine. And masculinity in the right way is super damn sexy. Right? And that's why, with my attraction with the woman that I'm with, I could be bigger if I wanted to. But that's not the goal. That's not the goal. As long as I'm in a good enough shape so when I go out, people recognize and know, like, there's a reason why I pulled her, right? Like, they're not second guessing, like, well, damn, how the fuck did he get her, right? There's no second guessing, because the confidence came with me putting in the work day by day. Like they say, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like, when I was homeless, there was no guy sitting there congratulating me or trying to get me out, from my pit of despair. It was all me showing up for me and making sure that I understood that if I wanted to date beautiful women, if I wanted to attract money in my life, if I wanted to be the father that my kid looks up to instead of looking up to other people on social media, then I had to become him, right? And that's what becoming him is all about. Building the body that enforces your standards, where you don't have to explain it, guys. Because at the end of the day, you don't chase fucking attraction. You create it.